But as I'm talking shit, Apeks actually won the knife round. So DUST2 might be the only map where I actually do not care about who wins the knife round. Like when I play, like I'm okay starting on both. Do you have a preference, Keith?
See, I guess it depends the environment I'm in and what team. But for myself personally, I like starting on T side just because I want to wide swing everyone and just take every fight I can. And then once
That kind of player.
side, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then once I'm on C, well, I'm the support player, so I'll throw flashes, and when my teammates die, then I'll wide swing and die. But like I'll you know, I like starting T side because you kind of just set the pace, you set the mood, and I feel like it gets the ball rolling a bit better, maybe.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Meanwhile, speaking of T side, Big will start on their T side. 3-man setup towards A long, 2 lower, so it looks to be a 8 pinch. Merciless without Ofango. Is it gonna be checked? Gruz is waited. Gruz is just a 1 tap on 2 taps, and now that's clean. Merciless is holding his back. He'll get tested soon. Doesn't quite connect yet, and he is traded by Xantares. Apeks is here to get rid of the killing machine, and we have a 4 versus 3.
There's no way they expect Russ here. In towards that way. Okay. He will take some time, but he will connect the shots. Good thing the bomb is on Searson's back with Tizian, and they decided to take it towards A site. Tizian gonna use both his flashes to clear out Catwalk, and he's gonna push behind them. A dink and the kill on Gruss. We're gonna have a skirmish here. And Big are like, you know what? Maybe we should back up. Yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah. They fall all the way back to site. All 3 players from Apeks are coming towards short. Are they going to spot this? Tizian's calling it. He peeks. He loses his fight. There should be no way out of this for Searson. Gets one, fading back, buying as much time as he can. They're jumping at him. He has to reload soon. The 1 tap. He has to get the reload in. Apeks has the kid. He's on the bomb. Searson tapping away, and he gets it. Searson with 4. The 2v4, and it happens.
How do they end up winning all these rounds? What a beautiful play from Searson. I thought that they had made a mistake double guessing themselves and falling back from Catwalk because this was the closest range they could have with the Glocks, but Searson doesn't care. I'm not exactly sure Akes had to stick that defuse. I feel like he had time to smoke and then fake it. But you know what? Never mind. 2 seconds into that round and we already have 3 people down. Apeks did a beautiful job with the scout. Searson and Kido are out and the rest of the big squad are rushing down long. What the hell?
Okay. The scouts, the full scout buy with some pistols is just wreaking havoc against Big. Xantares down to 21 HP. 1 bullet is all it takes for him. And he basically has to bait for Tizian. Why do I have a feeling a shot's about to come through this car and take Tizian out? I just feel it. And Xantares is gone. Tizian will peek. They know where he is. That car's spammable. Don't give them the chance, and they will shut it down. Apeks, although they might have been upset with how the pistol round finished, they're going to be even... I'd say you're happier that you win the 2nd round instead of pistol. It kind of gets you further.
Right. You're absolutely right. I'm just left here thinking, what the hell happened in the first few seconds? How did Apeks find so many kills? They actually all picked mid. That is mind-blowing. Everyone just white-peeked mid, 2 scouts taking the fight, and Big were definitely not ready for that super aggressive stance that they took middle. And that is it. Apeks bouncing back from a deficit straight up 1-1, and as you very rightfully pointed out, the money situation for Big is atrocious.
Not so good. Besides Searson, but that's just because it kills with the scout and the pistol round clutch set him up nicely. He'll have the op next round no matter what. Big just going to go ahead and group the bomb towards short. And there is a very real possibility of getting a plant here. Merciless, I mean, he can get multiple here from this position. Misses his first, and now he has to retreat. Doesn't get a single kill. That's definitely going to be a plant now for Big. Unless that Molly somehow hinders it. Merciless still having no luck with the AUG. I bet we won't see him buy that again. Keto double digs Akes.
No.
What is happening? Is
No. No.
Keto gets another, and it's just Dennis. It's happened. How? This round has no armor, just some upgraded pistols, and it's just Dennis. Misses his opportunity. Now he has to peek into 2, and Keto re-peeks with 3 with the deagle. How, Maniac? How?
You should see my face right now. You should see the look on my face. I'm basically double palming my face. Oh my. Okay, so let's take it one step at a time. The catwalk push with the Eagle is always risky, but I feel like Apeks overplayed their hand so much. They overstayed their welcome so hard. They should have just allowed the bomb plant to happen for Big and then retake it with their utilities. Why do you need to fight so hard against the Eagles with lines of headshots only? With players as skilled as Bigs are? Like, this is clearly not the fight you want to take, and Big just reclaimed the entire momentum of that game.
Oh, it's back in their court. Spots the boosting. The spray is on point. He knows there's another one here towards boost. And Apeks is just gonna swing. Gets his one. Met by Molly's. 2 to be exact. And Dennis trying to find the mid player, but I'd say the momentum is strongly in Big's favor now. The tilt factor has to be back again. Because now Apeks sells an investment. This is gonna be another save. Big essentially get 2 rounds for free on the back of 1.
I don't know how to explain it. It's once again it happened. Apeks, they did the hardest part of the work, which is they won their force buy with scouts. I hadn't seen it come in. They did beautifully with their setup, super aggressive middle, and then they dropped the ball against the Eagles, and now they're about to suffer the wrath of Big with AKs against USPs. And this round is not a question about who is winning. It's about who will die first or who will get the most kills. And at that game, Keto clearly a step ahead. 3 kills, Antares spots Dennis. Oh, Dennis actually winning Antares. Didn't think he would be able to, but that's a 4-1 scoreline for Big with a ton of cash in the bank. 7,000 across the board. A little bit less on Antares, but all lights are green if you are a big fan right now.
And they're on the T side. They're getting that money built up. They're set for probably 2 to 3 buy rounds, depending how these rounds play out. And it looks like I was right. Marsilius is not going to buy the AUG again. He's just going to go straight into the AWP with no armor. Towards short he'll go. So peek off, and Searson was just not playing games. There's the layered tiered system I talked about pregame. The molly to force him back. Did he get the opening kill? Truth might be good for a kill here. Can he get the refrag? Yes, he can. Can he get out, though? He's kind of stuck in this corner. Needs some help from Gruss, and it is going to come through. Searson will give it up and just go ahead and take long. They'll concede mid. They have a lurker in lower tunnels, but Apeks, they still need some information. Kind of lacking in that now.
They do. They have completely abandoned long, and that has been analyzed and reacted upon by Big, and they still have a lurker down middle on Xantares. They have enough utility to make a clean A execute. Then I expect to see Xantares pounce once his teammates have taken the A-bomb site. Akis is about to meet his makers. Smokes abound. He smoked the bomb site to give himself some space, some wiggle room. Searson just waiting for that peak and only that peak, and this is about to go down.
Towards Cavs, and Terrace wins it. Is on site. Good for 2. Good flash over from Dennis, who gets a kill of his own. Just Santaris. I said that a couple times on Overpass, and I'll repeat myself here. Just Santaris alone in clutch, but he is going to concede this. Fall back with the AWP. A good hold from Apeks. More importantly, good utility usage to support.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna offer that we give Dennis's flash the MVP of that round, because that flash basically saved Akis from the on the A-bomb side, and then allowed Dennis to get a second kill onto the long player. So the $1 million flash. I thought that Big were in a better position than that, but great reaction by Akis. As soon as he hears and sees the utility usage, he smokes himself in the bomb side, hides behind it, uses Dennis's flash to peek onto Tizian. That was a very well executed defense from Apeks.
Another buy from Big. I mentioned they're good for a couple. This one and next. Searson immediately towards mid. Maybe this is the change that'll make the difference. Searson out middle. He's going to peek in towards the player on long corner. It was a rifle from Gross against the AWB. Dennis outside B behind boxes. Tito wins that fight. Will not expect Dennis. Now Dennis is alone. The B players are coming in. Dennis just needs to live, and he can't. And retaking with 2 with an up and no utility. A little rough. I mean, they do have a molly smoke. And unless a big player offers their lives up to Marsilius, it looks like Apeks may just try to back out of this one.
Yeah, you know my opinion on the B-bomb side. I've been very vocal and clear about it. It's stupidly hard to retake. I really don't see a world in which Apeks can actually manage their way back into that round. We see it, Marsilius already pulling back, electing to hold that AWP. Surgeon's peak at the beginning of the round is so strong, by the way. This is such an unexpected timing to hit and go straight for that A long duel. I mean, Apeks had an M4 holding that angle, but what can you do against an AWP picking? There's nothing you can do. AKS is going to make good work, taking out his entire rifle, but falling to his own demise. And Big hitting us with yet a different type of round. After focusing a lot on the A-bomb side this time, they elect to go for that quick B split. And despite Stanley's best effort, as we can see here, it just wasn't enough. And Big rack up their 5th round.
Well, AWP and Scout is what Apeks have to work with. Not bad on a map like DUST2. And unless Big makes some mistakes, they seemingly should be out of the hot water.
Okay, I have a quick information for you. Dennis just tweeted 30 seconds ago, "Hey CS:GO, the button use is still fucked up when you try to grab a gun." So it looks like in that action he tried to grab a gun and he couldn't. And I think it's so funny that he actually took time to tweet it as they are playing.
Around, he's like, "Hey, by the way, I'm mid-match."
That's mind blowing. I'm gonna like that tweet. Boom. I like that tweet.
That's funny.
Oh, Dennis. Anyway, back to Counter-Strike. 5v4 for Apeks.
That's so funny. Marsilius now going to try to push up short. The jump peek in from the big players at long. Marsilius backs up. Keto hears this. Dennis is mid-sight. Maybe this is the round Dennis was talking about. Who knows? Or maybe it was last round. Sorry, you're right. As Keto's going to find the head of Dennis. There you have it.
Oh yeah, it was definitely the last round, by the way. It was the last round when he grabbed that double kill on door and then he kind of stopped moving for a second because I think he tried to grab the AK from underneath him and it apparently wasn't picked up or couldn't get picked up for any reason. And it looks like he was sufficiently upset about it to instantly tweet about it, which I think is really hilarious. Oh man. Anyway, 6-2. Apeks taking the time out, maybe to calm some of the nerves, to calm some of the frustration stemming from their members, or basically to find a solution. But as we had alluded to it in the pre-show, Big really have a diversified game plan on DUST2. They're really hard to see come in. They're really hard to be predicted. So if your individuals won't show up and calm down the aggression from Big, then you will have a very difficult time.
AWP again from Marsilius. This is twice he's had it with no armor or utility to speak of. Now that's okay on a map like DUST2, but it doesn't give you a lot of self-reliance in the fact that once you miss your shot, you kind of have nothing to get you out of your trouble that you may have gotten yourself in. That nade, a little juicy. Truth has to be careful though. They're boosting over the smoke to kill him specifically. I don't think you can reach back sight. Oh, peeks into you. There it is. Truth wanted to get out of there, and he'll get punished for it. Marsilius into towards the window. A quick return kill, but he's going back for more. He's crazy. I appreciate it though. I like the attempts, and Terrace shuts it down. A double quick flank, and Tapson's on it. Good for the first. Will he go for the second? It's Dennis, and Dennis is very weak. A good trade from Searson, and Gruss is left wondering where his teammates have gone, trying to get the AWP, and I think it's gone. I'm not sure where it is. I think it's inside the site a little bit. So he's like, okay, I'm gone. I'm going to try to save, and you should be able to do so now.
Oh, man, I mean, you and I, we're casters. We appreciate the craziness. We appreciate the randomness of some of these plays. But if you're Akis, if you're Apex's in-game leader, you might want to question Marsilius with his move right there. Because sure, he gets the kill from window, but did you really need to re-peek that door with the AWP? I feel like you're reaching a little bit. The second Marsilius falls, that round is over. You do not retake the B-bomb side in a 3 versus 4. Even a 4 versus 4 is very complicated to handle, so as soon as he falls, that's the end of it. That's all she wrote for that round. Once again, Big hitting us with a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a trick with that triple boost in tunnel, and slowly but surely strolling towards that semi-final spot.
Here we go, Zenteris quick towards short, flash off the wall, and he's gonna slow it down. Dennis gonna give chase. As Big continue to just go ahead and take long control, it's given to them. And they're going to be very methodical about it. Molly out car, flash the corner, take it very slow. They're even going to fall back, feel pressured. And Dennis wins that. Now they can back out. Apeks can just kind of stack with the rifle now.
They can, and the question for Big becomes, where do we see the gamble? This is the one question that Big needs to answer right now, is where is the gamble? There will be one. Apeks do not have the weaponry to remain in a control, like, spread out setup. They have to elect a bomb site that they want to defend, and so far it looks like Big are making the wrong assumption. As I say that though, Apeks double guessing themselves. We see AKs and Grus slowly but surely walking back towards the B bomb site, and they might just lose themselves into that gamble. They had the right call, and it's not gonna pay off. Nice.
Good kills from Tapson. Keto can even spike. That's there. Yes, he can. And Gruss is like, all right, I'll just save this rifle. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I'll hang on to it. I'll get full utility. I'll even upgrade my armor. Everything's okay.
So this round is a good example of how you should never second guess yourself in a Nico situation, because even if you doubt what you're doing, you will very rarely find that super tight window of opportunity to completely reset your gamble. If you have a stack, if you have a gamble in a Nico round, just live by it and die by it. That is it. We are going to have a chance at this round if they come onto the A bomb side. If they go B, we will lose it. And this is how you should look at it, because I do believe that Apeks had a decent setup to stop that big execute from long, but as soon as they kind of double guessed or second guessed themselves and tried to rotate back to B, that was it. The round was over.
Here we go. Dennis pulling out the secondary op. Marsilius finally has armor with his progress. As they are going to send one to B early. Marsilius, I believe he's going to push lower tunnels with his. This is ballsy, but leaves Truth very alone. If he can hang on, he gets the first spring. Wiley in the tunnel doesn't know someone's behind him. And the kills are going Big's way now. Taps and Kilos and Terrace all getting involved. And it leaves Gruss and Dennis very, very out of this round, I'd say, with Searson holding mid. Bomb can be planted. Searson gets one. Good trade from Dennis, but I don't think he likes his odds very much into this one.
No, I'm even surprised to see him be so proactive. I'd rather see him just save his AWP straight up. In any case, Big, slowly but surely, walking towards that 9th bomb. Oh, hold on a second. I thought the no-scope was going to come in and I was going to get excited. Well, Keto is definitely out with that quick-scope. How is Dennis still alive? Is he some kind of Terminator? No, hold on a second. Does he realize no one is here? Oh my god, he's gonna go for it. Is it well planted for him? He's gonna stick it. No time. Okay, I got excited. I thought for a second that Tapson had left his position and then Dennis would find his way into this tiny hole. Oh my, oh my.
There was a small chance. Apeks are going to take a pause, talk about it. They can... How do they buy here, though? Truth can drop. Gruss can drop. That's 4 rifles. Utility will be a little shaky. You're down 9-2. You probably buy, right?
I guess in that stand. I think they should... they could buy. I think they should buy. They could buy. They need to win some rounds. I'm just thinking that the amount of rounds that Big are winning solely based on little tricks and simple ideas is so big. I mean, it's so huge. Man, I should never do that when I cast Big. Ooh. Never mind. It's okay. I'll give myself a yellow card for that one. But yeah, as an in-game leader, the amount of cognitive abilities that you dedicate to find solution is so low. You can remain so fresh and focused because you don't have to torture yourself in finding solutions. And then we have it again, the simplicity, the long push. This time, Marsilius is going to get the better of Searson. The trade not here. Tizian was here to punish Grus, and a 4v4, a very explosive round, but it's going to stabilize.
Up towards Cat, starting their push. Marsilius just going to be posted now, just waiting. As they have a full set execute coming in. They'll do the corner smoke. Marsilius, that's exactly what that smoke's designed to bait out the molly, and it actually gets extinguished. CT smoke comes out. Marsilius this time may concede the plant, but I don't think he can afford to. He wants to get a kill before he falls back. That flash comes in. He has to look away. Truth rotating with an up of his own. This is scary. And without getting those picks with the ops, or at least the ones that help you get map control, it leaves you in a weird situation. Nice shot from Dennis. Finds Tizian trying to find Mercilius. As Keto now just gonna sit here and wait. He will get found by Mercilius. Molly's forces taps in out to the open. Mercilius falls. Can a second come in? No, just Antares. 1, 2. Yes, it comes through. Big get 10. And a clutch by Antares. Took him a while, but he will get one on the board.
There's something so pure about Antares aiming and how he changes from one target to another. Look at this. Look at how swift and how clean it is when he switches from the first kill to the second one. There's no superficial movements. There is no useless move. He just aims at target number 1, eliminates target number 1, and aims at target number 2. There's something so satisfying about watching Antares play.
Searson legged up early. As Tizian doesn't know Trust is there. Okay, well, I stand corrected. I guess you do. Just clear it just cuz. Antares doesn't want to run through a smoke quite yet. He'll just back on out. Keto, with the pinch of a lifetime, finds Dennis. Now they can start. Antares can start to peek again. Keto, not ready for the player to be towards car, but nearly manages it. 5 HP break. It couldn't get any more, and he won't. 11-2, big. I told you they're scary on DUST2. It's kind of their playground, and I guess that's kind of ringing true right now.
I mean, yeah, scary would be a good word to use right now. Scary looks like we're depicting the situation correctly. 11-2. There's no sign of stopping, no slight of slowing from Big. They will keep on picking up the pace, playing more and more aggressively, being faster and faster. Keto with the peak long, burning. You're still burning, my friend. That is it. -20. Searson, regardless, peeking from middle with the AWP 5 versus 4. Mercilius will try his best. That is the bomb down, and a lot of information for a 4 versus 4.
Oh, the flash in was beautiful. Dennis trying his best to help. Apeks goes down. His turn to come through the smoke, and it's just a bloody mess down here towards CT. Mercilius turn flashed off as he's gonna fall back. Just everyone coming through CT, because why not?
Was that 3 flashes at the same time that Mercilius just ate? I counted 3 ticks. He ate 3 flashes in his face. Pa pa pa! Just to be sure that you're just extra flashed. Like, wait a second. I think you can be a little bit more flashed if I put on a 3rd one. Poor Mercilius. Although, to be fair, amidst the chaos and a really tough situation for Apeks, Mercilius has to be one of the good surprises for me. Like, I feel like even though the fort is completely crumbling and everything is going apart or falling apart for Apeks, he's been the one hitting the shots and winning most of his duels, or some of his duels at least. So good on him to try and fight back. Keto, again, trying to find the opening kills on long. This time not burning. The Molotov must have been somewhat missed. I know it was actually for blue. And a 5v5 situation which kind of stabilizes, but look at the utility situation, Keith. There is only, well, never mind. There is no smoke left for Apeks after 1 minute and 27 seconds.
Yeah, that's kind of not the best look. It's hard to hold short or long, or honestly anything without smokes. Let's be honest, DUST2 is a map where utility is extremely important. Especially when you're not winning your aim duels. There we go. He gets the first. Keto. Traded out by Apeks, so that's what you have to do. You have no smokes, you kind of just have to take fights together, and it works out to get them a man advantage early.
It does, and this was pretty much the only way they could have a great footing in that round. Now Big grouping up 3 versus 4. They know that they cannot play on fakes. They have to hit some shots and be effective on the trading. But Truth and Dennis, they have the perfect setup. This has to come from a dash of brilliance. Searson not able to connect, and Truth will make it one and another one. Dennis is right behind, and the triple for the Norwegian player. A good ending to a terrible first half, but this might just be what Apeks needed. This might just be the round they needed to kick themselves back up in a competitive position. But let's be real, Big rolled over them on that first half.
Yeah, they definitely kind of took a bit of a beating, did Apeks. Dennis, a good job on their support flashes and won on a couple rounds, but that's kind of where it ended. Big just got map control across the board, and now they're on CT side. Pistol does matter in this current situation due to just the gap in the scoreline. And you're going to be going against Xantares with the P2000. I don't know. We're going to have to see something quick, I think, and it looks like they're going to be looking towards B, it looks like.
Indeed. A B... I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be a B rush or like a B slow, but actually, no. Never mind. They're just taking crack control. Keto is about to be tested. No one checks him. Oh my god. Take your time. That is one. Make that two. Quick and swift. He's going to go for the third, because why not? AKs will be here to punish him, and now a 4 versus 3 for Big.
Yeah, Searson towards Catwalk. He's going to take the next engagement. And he will go down to AKs with a P250. Marsilius with the USP now. They have to be careful about taking these fights because they've lost lower control. No one's spotting long. And a good counter push from Xantares. They get spotted out by Tizian, which buys Xantares some time. And he's going to go for the long con, the long flank. A big fight that Tapsa needed to win. And Truth will open up the site. Xantares needs to pick up the pace. And unless Apeks give a way back in for Big here, it should be a hard-asked retake. Hard-asked. That almost sounded bad.
It's okay. I mean, I'm not easily shocked, so you can go ahead with with the expressions.
With the first one, deal.
It's all good. It's all good. Now, Tizian and Xantares, they have a kid though, so it's not impossible at all. Tizian with a flash, waiting for the right timing to use it. The name of the game for now is information. They try and figure out where the opponents are. Gandalf is a position that is usually played. Catwalk as well. We'll see Xantares go for duel. He will eliminate that first player. Aiming out. That's the second one from Tizian. Maybe that third. And Xantares is counting his blessing, but no. Oh, that's not gonna work. Vasilius with the 1v2. And 14 HP, and the dream is alive for Apeks.
Wow. It started so well too when you're in a 5v3 and everyone keeps taking fights, unfortunately losing them. Xantares, the P2000 lets him down. The defuse was almost through. And now Big Pistol's gonna try to fight Marsilius here in mid, or at least stack up. Grass needs some help from Lou. Not a problem at all. They're gonna be coming up mid. Marsilius is tagged up. He doesn't want to peek this anymore, but you know what? Why not? He gives the info to his teammates. They're just going to run it to A. This round is just now about hunting Marsilius down, making him pay. Get that armor out of his hands. And what a nice shot it is from Keto. They get at least the scout. Not what they wanted, but hey.
Yeah, you need to be a man of sheer will and focus and commitment if you're not going to peek against USPs, because that sound is so attractive. It's so addictive when you hear the USPs coming in. You know that you peek, there's no armor. It's beautiful. It's like a dream, but you cannot peek them, because if you give away your weapon, things can go horribly wrong. And this is where you test the player's true mental resilience. Is he gonna fall into the trap of peeking all the USPs or not? And this time, Marsilius, he fails to the grave because of that.
Easy kills coming now. Searson maybe would like to get one more. Don't think they're gonna give it to him now. So, Apeks, good answer back. They'll take it. They're hanging on. But here comes the buy now from Big. They've had enough. And here it comes. Searson's not going to upgrade. He's good with the scout. M4s. Close to full utility on most players. No one goes in for the kit, though. That might come back full circle.
Indeed. Apeks with a delayed long take, apparently. They'll wait and trying to find the right timing. That nade would be absolutely beautiful. Nades and flashes as well. That push has been thwarted, and Grisarn has been left alone by his teammate. Does he realize? Yes, he does. He's going to take it a little bit easy. They will rotate out. That nade might just do the job. Not quite yet. 5v5, and the mid has been taken by Apeks, but Xantares heard it all.
Smoke towards tunnels. Oh, he's going to spot them coming up now. He's going to go ahead and volley the door. And they're going to come in window. One for Xantares. Can't get the second. There's a smoke, though. Keto trades out Xantares and deals with the player coming in from tunnels. And now a clutch is in the hands of Truth. He's going to have a molly to his back. He's going to peek in a window. Finds the 1v1 against Tapson. Searson with a scout has to wait for Tizian to come through tunnels. And he's going to be given another 1v1. Truth falls back. Sight. Can he maintain the spray? No. Tizian on 6 HP. Or excuse me, 8 HP. will hang on. He'll get the defuse, pick up an AK. Truth nearly made that happen.
Oh, that was such a valiant effort in a 1v3, but you have to commend Big for their reaction and their protocols that they used on the B-bomb side. As soon as Antares spots the information, falls back to B, jump peeks for the information, smokes tunnel, Molotov down door, and then here, Keto. Tracing the bullets to the smoke. That second kill pretty much guaranteeing the round for Big. But truth, man, he was so close to pull off that 1v3 clutch. Now, Apeks, 5-13 down. One timeout remaining. Trying to figure out the solution, trying to figure out where's the weakness, and I have to concede, I'm not exactly sure where the weakness is so far on Big's side. I think maybe the A hit could be the possibility, maybe a little bit disjointing on the defense. We have seen them falter through that earlier in this half now. The B-bomb side looks to be very, very solid. I mean, Xantares and Keto, they're not making any prisoners right now. If you look at the scoreboards, they're actually at 18 and 23 kills, so they're firing on all cylinders. So Apeks have to have some kind of other solutions.
Seems like a default might be a bit of a solution, but can they hang on to the map control that Big are going to try to gain? I'm unsure. As Gross is going to peek over, decide to fall on back. And there we have it. Hickas tries to peek in towards long doors, thinking he almost had it, but Tabson lies in wait. The opening pick for Big, it's going to be the catwalk explode as Searson's on long corner. Tizian's going to be holding the CT jump. I don't think anyone's going to be going for it as they slowly creep up to elbow. What a jump spot from Tizian. Xantares, in the meantime, gets a kill on the opposite side. As Grosses now has to peek for the long control. They're down 2 members. They need to take some risks. And Xantares gets another. I heard the one tap. He's coming from Cat. He wants more. He's flashing for himself. Marsilia's a good kill. Tizian now wants to get involved. It's Gross left in the open, and it's Keto to shut down. It's going to be 14 for Big.
They make it look so easy. They make Counter-Strike look so easy, right? You can see it catwalk control. It doesn't matter because you have Tabson so forward pushed into the longhouse. He will get the frag. That is one prong of the 2-prong attack that is out of the picture. So you know that the only risk is catwalk. You let them explode a little bit. You let them take some distance, and then you punish them from behind with Xantares pushing middle. It looks very easy, but it is not. It requires tons of patterns and reactions and communications to make it work. But Big, they're all over the place right now, leading 14-5. I don't see a way in back for Apeks. I'm gonna be honest. They have shown us some individual prowesses. They have shown us some great tactics, but it's all or nothing now. Down 14-5.
Tabson off catwalk. Good kill on the Truth. Because gets the kill onto that B player, just leaving Xantares alone, but he doesn't matter. How does he control the M4 like that? Blows my mind. Marsilius gets one through the smoke, but the smoke fades, and the Truth is revealed. No pun intended, as Big get to 15.
Ah, that was a good one. I might use that liberally.
Thank you.
You know what? I think Smuya was the one tweeting that the Krieg nerf would actually reveal Xantares' true level. And at that time, I remember reading that tweet and thinking, he might be onto something. Because Xantares had become a little bit more average when all the Kriegs were running Supreme. But now that people are back to Rifle, we can really see how dominant he is.
Yeah, he's kind of having a game, having a series. As Tizian goes down very early with the glued together buy of 2 scouts and 3 AKs. And Searson peeking towards Xbox. Beautiful timing. Truth will go down. And now he can just hold the flash for Tabson. And Searson gonna peek just off the mark. This is a lot of pressure on Apeks. I try to take this without losing anyone.
They will, and Surson will punish the peak if the flashes aren't good. He uses the Molotov to delay that push, which the Gandalf, the Molotov is missed. He might not account for it. They have taken a ramp, he is getting Molotov, he has to fall back, jumping in the fire, still holding his nerve, and that is it. Marcellus is out. Maybe a second one, yes it is. Apeks is down, that's now a 4 versus 2. They have all to do, and Grust is fighting back.
Oh, can Searson get the ace? And what might be the last round? He's done a nice job of just fading back, staying alive. Makes it again, Gandalf. Crest just looks at his teammate's body. He's like, oh man, I can't revive. Wrong game, wrong game.
Oh no.
As Gruss is stuck at Goose. Searson just doesn't have to move. He has 2 players towards Catwalk. They have to wide swing to kill him. The smoke will come down. They can retrieve the bomb now. Dennis gets 1 good trade from Keto. No ace now from Searson. But there is a clutch in the cards. Gruss is going to plant. 5 seconds. He'll pop up. Searson on the pistol through the smoke. Gets the kill. Big. Will take it 2-0 Maniac. And it seems like we're both really good at predictions.
Sometimes we know what we're talking about, but let's consider this what it is, an outlier in the world of Counter-Strike where analysts and casters know what they're talking about. It's not always the case. This time it did pan out, and Big win that second map very decisively, and honestly, they dominated that quarterfinal, let's be honest. A great or a decent showing from Apeks. I was expecting a little bit more of a fight, but Big are going to the semifinal.
That they are, and we're going to welcome in Tea Time. We're going to bring him back into the fold. Tea Time, although your prediction was wrong, I bet you're still feeling good. I bet you're still feeling all right.
You know, don't do that.
Tea Time couldn't be here right now, so I'm coffee hour. I'm here to fill in for him. Don't worry, he left me notes. So yeah,
perfect.
So guys, what went wrong with this? So I heard him complaining a lot about something about, big winning rounds that maybe they shouldn't have all the time. That apparently they were really just outskilling them at large capacity in the first map particularly.
So we are supposed to do our job with this guy with a pillowcase on his head, and we're supposed to do it. Okay, fair enough. I'll disregard that for a second. No, listen, you've painted the story right here. On Overpass, I think that